BLs be dry, unrealistic, and stereotypical.
No. Be for real. I'll die hell before I let you say some shit like that again. Absolutely not. Oh my god, it's Gossip Girl. I went on social media and asked you guys through 100% anonymous submission to submit your unpopular webtoon opinion for a video. Without further ado, feel free to discuss your thoughts and opinions and your unpopular opinions below. This is also a collab with my friend Tyler, so there's gonna be a part 2 on our channel below. I may argue with some of these opinions if you say some shit, but just letting you know, these are all unpopular opinions. I'm only including unpopular opinions.
Your art doesn't have to be stellar to make a good webtoon. I'd rather read a comic with an amazing story and mid-art than a comic with amazing art and a mid-story.
I actually agree with this. There's a series called Not Even Bones. I think the story is absolutely entertaining. The whole black market thing in a fictional setting is entertaining to see, but there was an art style change on season 2. I was initially upset with it at first because I felt like it wasn't fitting for the story. It made the characters look more soft in a sense that I felt like it just didn't mix with the dark tone and settings, but I eventually kind of just said f it and just kept going.
I believe that Persephone and Hades' relationship would have been more believable had it been over a larger quantity of time. The entirety of season 1 and the first half of season 2 take place in 4 weeks, and had Rachel expanded this time to at least a year, it would have made the 10-year separation more meaningful. Also, I think Persephone should have been older when she met Hades. I think I'll enjoy their dynamic more with a less naive 30-year-old Persephone.
So VSU is so fine. I'm gonna call the police on you. I just want you to know. Don't even run, don't hide, just go to jail.
There's a lot of comics on webtoons that look generic as fuck. Always fancy romances with traditionally pretty people with CGI backgrounds. Kinda sick of it. If you all want new fresh series, then go to Canvas. There are plenty of series that don't feel same. Why? Everyone here is just lazy. A lot of Canvas stories are better that tell webtoon originals. I feel as though many of the new series more or less follow the same formula, which end up being generic. This also makes the plot extremely predictable, and most of the time I feel I'm reading the same story just in a different font.
I agree to an extent. I think there's a lot of series from Canvas that should be original. I see where this person's coming from a lot. A lot of the imports from Korea do feel a bit identical, but if you enjoy that type of stuff, you know, hey, that's you. Enjoy it.
From my experience, comics that feature LGBTQ romances are often written in a better way than the heteronormative comics when they are written by members of the LGBTQ themselves. Cape of Spirits, Not So Shoujo Love Story, etc. Romance that use realistic tropes are more enjoyable than their unrealistic counterparts. For example, series After School Lessons for Unripe Apples and Romance 101 handle this in a good way. While certain aspects are unrealistic, relationships and dynamics are founded in reality, making them more enjoyable. Not to say I don't enjoy high fantasy, because I do. But when relationships are formed organically, they are better. If you all are reading webtoon comics, you ain't straight, period.
Yes, all of you readers are gay. Embrace it, period.
The makeup remover is true beauty if it had a plot. The more popular webtoons on the platforms aren't the greatest. I feel like people don't read for the story, they read for the popularity. People who comment "I cam here" at the speed of insert ship or sexuality are not funny and need to stop.
I kinda agree. The same, like, ooh, first is kinda like whatever, but then when it gets to like the top comic consistently and others are trying to have a discussion, it's like, alright, move. You know, like, I think showing support by commenting is super important, but copying and pasting the same thing is like, you know, a little tiresome. Can you come up with something else?
In My Dear Cold-Blooded King, I thought Maya and Asukai were so cute in the beginning, and I had to stop tweeting it cuz I shipped them so hard.
Thank you. Literally, I went so hard for that pair when My Dear Cold-Blooded King was out, and as soon as the last season hit, and it was just Mei and Ryusaki, I kind of just like, you know, dip, no shade. I mean, good for them, it just was not for me. I think I went quiet because I fought so hard and I...
Sasuke isn't a bad person, she's just looking out for her son. Sorry, not sorry.
A person looking out would have opened their eyes before she swung. A person looking out wouldn't have lied. A good parent would have been honest and wanted to help the right way instead of breaking not only her son's heart, but nearly killing an entire civilization single-handedly by like misinformation. You get what I mean? Like, that is all like fully developed frontal lobe, and this is what you come up with. Really? But hey, unpopular opinion.
I wish people can lay off boyfriends. It's a cute story. The BL comics themselves aren't the problem, it's the fans. Case in point, Boyfriends. Jackson's Diary is a great webtoon. However, the first arc of it is rather annoying and could potentially turn the reader off if they are going through bullying or false accusations themselves.
I can see where this is coming from in the potential to turn readers off. I feel as long as there's a trigger warning to accommodate people nowadays, it's alright. I don't think it's annoying, though this story is about a lot of high school drama and problems, so it's not like something unexpected. I mean, if you came in like expecting something polar opposite from like high school drama, I mean, I could see how it could annoy somebody, but like, you know.
Give me more good horror webtoon comics. I need them.
I honestly agree. I recall having a conversation with my friend about how there should be more R-rated stuff, like scary stuff on Webtoon more, but some of their rules are like holding it back, and I feel like they could be missing out. But if y'all know some that like are on canvas or like, you know, sizzling through the cracks, you know, slide some our way, I won't tell nobody.
Also, apparently, unpopular opinion, your boyfriend's animations are lovely, but the comics fandom is pathetic. I feel like putting thumbs down for comments is weird.
No, I want someone to know I disagree with you. Sometimes even commenting I dislike this right after disliking it gets the point across better. I'm a hater. Yeah.
If DM came back, all the popular webtoons would be greatly overshadowed. Am I the only one who finds Zeus from Lore Olympus unattractive?
You aren't the only one who finds Zeus unattractive. All my Zeus haters stand the up. I would hope this would be a popular opinion though.
1. Lore Olympus is boring. 2. Webtoon needs to be gayer, I swear to God. I agree. 3. Castle Swimmer is the best webtoon. I agree. 4. The Remarried Empress is confusing as hell. It's still good, just confusing. I see where you're coming from. 5. Boyfriends in itself isn't that problematic, but it's super crinny. 6. The day with the most decent original updates is Sunday. I don't give a crap about other days unless it's for the gay shit. 7. The lack of furries. No further context. 8. All of the action webtoons look the same and look way too generic to run that long. 9. It's easier to find good stuff on canvas than on original. I heavily agree. 10. I needed Safia and Marla's relationship to last longer than it did. 11. I'm not married to Mono, and that's end issue. 12. Zda is cute, but she doesn't look like an alien. 13. Webtoon needs to get better at promotion. You already have millions of people reading certain stories. Stop promoting them. I'm done.
I do agree, there are a lot of series that are smaller that definitely don't get enough banners, like long enough. I recall there was a time where they were dropping so many series in like 1 week. Most of them were like imports. They didn't get like, not even like a good couple hours. Like they were just going and going and going.
Personally, I like Daily Pass originals, series made for the Daily Pass section. More often than not, they're shorter series that are usually very well put together that only take a month to read because you get 1 episode a day instead of 1 a week. So a series with only 40 episodes would take a little more a month compared to it being an original taking a little under a year. I would call everyone impatient, but you would be spending more time on it if it was an original. So I'm not sure what's bugging everyone. Lumen isn't hyped up enough. Like it used to be so popular, but then it just crashed for no reason.
I personally don't read Lumine anymore at the moment, but it's not a bad story from last time I did read it, which was like 2017, 2018. It's because of the hiatus that happened, but now on its latest from 2021, there's still a lot of likes, and it's still good to see that its core audience is still very supportive. I don't know. I mean, I can't see myself getting back into it, but you know, I hope things go well in the future for them.
Jackson's Diary should have had the diary introduced way before than when it was. I'd give this is actually an unpopular opinion or anything, but I feel like there are comics which use Asian cultures as an aesthetic and they get more attention than the comics created by those who are Asian and include their culture in their comics. I'm not really going to give comic names, but sometimes it would make me uncomfortable to read a comic where I would notice that it felt like the entirety of Asia, or many East Asian countries, were being grouped together and made into a background and used for clothing rather than actually incorporating specific practices appropriately or even respecting Asian cultures. It's sad for me as someone who is an Asian American, Indian American specifically, and I see so many comics which feel like they're appropriating Asian culture on a platform originally created in Korea. Sorry for the super long response. Not sure if this is going to be seen, but good luck with the video. Please keep this anonymous. Exception has some slightly problematic relationships. I think it's a great series that teaches a lot of valuable lessons on the new generation with LGBTQ+ and accepting people and whatever. However, while I think a lot of these lessons are really good, the major issue arises with the main couple. Arcus has a crush on Maud from like 3rd season, however it pushes the idea of persistent love, which at first is seen as romantic. The idea that love never dies, however a hot take is that love should die when it's not reciprocated. You're not valuing the other person because you're actively ignoring the other person's opinion. Normally I would only be slightly bothered and move on. However, the reason that I hold the stakes a little higher for Exception is because it's meant to be a series for younger readers to understand the world better, how they handle high school, being made fun of or being a member of the LGBTQ+ community. But they still kinda romanticize persistent love, which has led a lot of men not being able to take no for an answer. I don't think it's the worst offender of it, but I think it's in the best spot to teach a bad lesson. IDK.
And those were unpopular opinions. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to discuss down below your thoughts and opinions, whether you agree or disagree, or you agree with my thoughts or you disagree with those thoughts. Whatever you feel like doing, whatever makes your, judge. You get what I mean? Make sure to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe if you want to. And if you want a part 2, let me know down below. Bye! Make sure to check out Tyler's video!
The shorter webtoons are by far the better ones. Interesting. Maybe you have a really short attention span, I don't know.